Hello, guys. Recently, I sat down and chatted with Hayefield for Usenick Unleashed, and that's what this episode's going to be, is that interview with Hayefield. According to their biography on their website, hailing from the unlikely breeding ground of Arkansas, Hayefield sounds like they were born and bred on West Coast sunshine and distortion. This explosive power trio blends the infectious energy of pop punk with a raw lyrical power of hip hop, creating a sound that is as unique as it is nostalgic. Think A Day to Remember crashing a Weezer pool party with Blink-182 and Outkast, and you're halfway there. Their satirical lyrics tackle the universal struggles of self-empowerment, the sting of being underestimated, and the ever-present angst of relationships, all with the healthy dose of self-aware humor. Hayfield's live show is a high-octane affair fueled by catchy, instantly recognizable guitar riffs that will have you singing along by the second chorus. Their drummer lays down a thunderous foundation, seamlessly weaving southern rap beats into his organic yet aggressive style, creating a rhythmic backbone that both familiar and refreshingly new. They're the soundtrack of your existential crisis, the anthem for anyone who's ever felt like they didn't quite fit in, and the band that will leave you feeling strangely hopeful. So guys, go check out Hayefield, and I hope you enjoyed the interview. And for more Usenick Unleashed, visit usenick.com. If you don't use Nick, you'll lose Nick. That's the easiest way to remember it. usenick.com for more. And also, join us on our Discord. The Discord link is in the website. You could chat with us in the Discord, be part of the conversation. Love you all, and enjoy the conversation. Good.
Podcaster. Entertainer. Philosopher. Comedian. Mike Usenick. Usenick Unleashed.
So this guy's going to randomly start pulling bananas out of orifices. You guys ready?
Why you gotta single me out, bro?
You said it, dude. You said it.
Welcome, Hayefield.
Thank you.
How are you guys doing?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Good, man.
Doing great. You guys are all on your phone. I can tell because you're like much skinnier than I am.
I got
Yeah.
blocked. I can flip it around if need be.
That's what she said. It don't matter. You can if you want. I don't mind. It's just visually very interesting. I'm just this big old fat blob on the screen, and everybody else is like, "Oh,
Dude, I remember when you used to get like crucified online if you're posting the vertical videos. It all had to be horizontal, and now everything's like reels. It's got to be portrait mode, and I don't know. It's funny how times change.
yeah, times are changing, bro." Like I
yeah.
remember, like you said, you couldn't be on the big screen, and there's actually an option on here that's weird. It does this. Hold on, let me try to find it. No. They got rid of that feature. They had one where like if you clicked on it, everyone would be like half their screen. Like you'd see like half my face.
Nice. That seems like a necessary piece to this kind of work, right? Half a face.
Right. So you guys have a new single. I'm going to talk about it before we go down the rabbit hole of conversation like we do on this show. Who would like to talk about this single? Any of you guys?
Hit it up, Trey.
Yeah,
tear it up.
Nose goes, bitch. Shelf. It's been out for about 3 weeks. Super stoked about it. It's probably personally my favorite. What do you want to know about it? I can go on and on. I don't want to offend you or talk too much.
You're trying to if you're trying to offend me, that'll take all day. I do stand-up comedy. I offend myself. So
there you go.
Good.
Hell yeah.
I just fend for myself, which is kind of where Bottom Shelf came from, growing up as poor kids, and dealing with a bunch of shit that people just constantly shit on you. And Bottom Shelf, we actually sat on for like 3 years before we got it finished. And it started as several different ideas, and then it kind of all came together, and uh, it was probably lyrically, it's probably the realest song we've ever put out. You know, it's not just about a relationship. It's not just about, you know, dealing with some bullshit. It's about growing up in the age old story of, you know, people had it better than us and kind of shit on you. I mean, at one point in time, I literally had to split a kid's meal 4 ways with my 3 other siblings. So like growing up on the bottom shelf really resonated with me, and it resonated with Taylor and Tyler, and we got the lyrics on the page, and it was the first song with our new mixing engineer, Bo Burchell from Citizen, and he just, that track just sounded like the best record we had heard. And I remember getting the first mix back, and we all were kind of like, holy shit, this is the next level. So I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's a great song. I recently started going down the rabbit hole of your guys' music. Shout out to Tag Publicity for sending me you guys. And it is much different than your other music, if that's fair to state. Because you guys have written a lot of great music, but a lot of it was like satirical type, funny music. And this is more serious along the lines of things.
Yeah, 100%. We have, and you'll see that come out through our personalities, even on this podcast and situationally. I mean, we give each other a lot of hell, and it kind of keeps us on our toes. It puts us in check and makes sure that we're all still friends and we're all still alive. But, you know, if you don't have a good sense of humor, are you really living? I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to me.
That's how I handle trauma, bro. Like, I think that's the best way to handle trauma, because with all bad things in life, you can find a positive or you can just harp in it.
Right.
I bury it deep down inside of me.
I like the bananas.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Every dude,
we'll find out
there's
that he has
bananas
a
in
lot
all
of
my
shit
holes.
inside of him today.
Taylor missed that whole thing pre-show.
You missed it pre-show. We were talking about him just randomly eating a banana the whole show and not even saying a word.
Yeah, I felt pretty violated, but that's okay.
Yes, Mr.
So you guys compare yourselves to A Day to Remember, Weezer, Blink-182, and Outkast? What?
Oh, is that that's a new one for
Bro,
me?
I gotta take that one again because that's my fault. As a drummer, I mean, I always just felt like I wrote beats for hip hop people, and Outkast kind of changed my life when I was like 12, 13 years old, because I was listening to a lot of shit, and then I came across Southern Playlistic Cadillac Music, and it just engulfed me into a whole new world, because it ain't even hip hop, dude. Outkast did some shit that nobody else ever had done before, and nobody had really accomplished in trying to do it, and they've got a knack for talking about heavy shit but making it feel really good. And that's where like the satirical stuff comes from our songs. And so we try to make our songs heavy, but we try to make musically we try to make you feel good, but we talk about real shit. So that's where I pulled it from.
I don't hear the influence. I don't hear the Outkast influence in your music.
Maybe that's just me reaching, man. Just being hopeful.
Dude, I do love Outkast though, and they are one of those bands that, like, as a metalhead and a hard rock guy, like, I really enjoyed listening to Outkast because they were very rock oriented.
Yeah.
And they were weird as hell. Let's be honest, they were weird as fuck.
Oh,
and
yeah,
dude.
Like that one music video, fucking, what is it, Rosa Parks, where Andre 3000 is wearing, like, I don't know what the hell he's wearing.
That was the shit though.
Did you ever see when Key and Peele made fun of them?
Oh,
I didn't see
probably.
that
I
one.
love some Key and Peele, man.
Key and Peele's like the reason why Outkast never got back together, and it shows what's his name, Big Boy, sitting at like a coffee shop dressed normal, and Andre 3000 walks in dressed up like Peter Pan.
Oh God, I don't remember that. That's awesome.
Is that what inspired him to pick up the what does he play now? The flute, the electric flute.
He's making album shit, dude. I don't know what happened there.
It's a good album though.
Good for him. Good for that. That's just from listening to all his to now. You're just like, what the fuck is this? Like, but
could you imagine his next album? He's with Jethro Tull.
Dude, it wouldn't even surprise me, honestly.
Like, yeah, nothing can surprise me now with that dude, for sure.
Well, there's a lot of musicians that do crazy shit like that. Like they collect the side quests of music.
That's a good way to put it.
Oh, that's everyone really nowadays.
Like you guys should just add Weird Al to the list of influences since you are in somewhat form of comedy.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think everybody's.
I love
influenced.
Weird Al, dude.
I think
He's
every
a G.
form of music is influenced by Weird Al.
Shit, I don't know.
It should be if it's not, but anyways.
I saw this TikToker. I think they're just fucking playing around, but they're like everything goes back to Weird Al, and they run through like how everybody is influenced by Weird Al. They're like Abraham Lincoln. That was Weird Al. What the? So I want to get a shirt made that says Weird Al freed the slaves.
That'll do well.
That's some crazy shit.
Might work.
So you guys have a show coming up, right? October, what, 3rd, 4th?
Yeah, we threw another one on September 20th at the Cobra in Nashville. Just landed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we haven't added that to the website yet. That's our fault.
Oh, exclusive. This is an exclusive. They forgot. They got too stoned. They forgot to put it on the website.
Because that's where we're at right now. It's doing exclusive shows.
So down the rabbit hole of comedy, what's your favorite form of comedy?
Dark.
News.
Dark?
Yeah, dark's great. Dark is great.
Are we talking like Jimmy Carr dark or?
I don't consider him super dark. I mean, he's dark, but he's like on the nose dark.
Anthony Jeselnik dark?
I
never got into Jeselnik.
He's got some funny stuff. Old school Daniel Tosh. I don't know, man. Like I like a bunch of stand up. What's Patrice O'Neal, man? That dude was funny as fuck.
Did you ever
R.I.P.
Did you ever see when Big J Okerson was talking about him?
I don't think so.
He was talking about how he had a photo of his stolen from an ex and put on Craigslist under the men seeking men ads. And he was at Big J Okerson went to Patrice O'Neal's house for Thanksgiving, and he was like, "Hey, how about you move that mouse on my computer?" And he did, and his fucking background was Big J Okerson butt naked, leaning up against his shower.
That's awesome.
Shit's fucking crazy.
It's wild.
Aren't you all in like the same area? Like, why didn't you just meet up?
Why didn't we meet up?
Yeah, Taylor, why didn't we meet up?
Yeah.
He just got attacked so hard, bro.
He's the one that was behind this. I have this weird, I don't know why, but I had this weird thought that like you all are in like the same building.
We're in the same house, just in different rooms.
I've had that happen. I'm not even joking. I was talking to this band one time, and I'm like talking about, are they from the same area, or because a lot of bands they do separate and they record separate and they put it all together, and they're like, no, and they walked right into the next room. I'm like, what the wouldn't this be easier?
Yeah, we're not too far. Taylor's about a half hour from us, from me and Tyler. So I mean, relatively the same area. Yeah, we planned on being in the same spot, but some shit occurred, and now we're all in separate spots. So we broke up right before this, actually, and we're never gonna play another song together again.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
This is the announcement.
That would be hilarious. You guys come on here.
Fucking hate these guys, man.
I wish we would have talked about this before, because I think we might have been able to convince you. Like if we'd have kept it straight and held it together.
We could have, yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't. No.
And then at the very end, have a video that says "check them out for the last time" and have the 2 shows.
That's what we should have done.
You guys could just pull a full-blown Kiss just right after that. Get back together.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Come see us while you can. No Wayfield.
No way.
That's your new side project.
There you go.
I'm with it.
That's some fucking hilarious shit. So what are you guys into besides music? I like to dig deep into the mind of people in their life. What are you into besides hiding bodies under your bed?
That's Garth Brooks. Off.
About it.
How about you? Got any secrets?
Hella secrets, dude. I'm a nerd. I like technology. I learned how to code, and so for my job for a while was a software developer. So
Oh shit!
it's AI fucking argument and how insane it's getting. I think we're all kind of like that with technology and AI. But
Lots of
It's
video
a
games.
Star Wars movie.
There you go. There's my Star Wars right there. Yeah, Star Wars poster. Always.
So we are all Star Wars nerds then.
Yeah,
I'm a Trekkie.
I'm partial to George Lucas's Indiana Jones the most, probably, but not popular.
Did you ever hear that theory that Indiana Jones is just Han Solo?
Yes, 100%. I dove into it, man.
Yeah, and also that Jar Jar Binks is actually a Sith Lord.
Yeah,
that one.
Dude,
that one's
actually,
legit.
when I was going down the rabbit hole of the Han Solo shit, it led me to the Adam Sandler world and how every Adam Sandler movie lines up into a specific order, and Adam Sandler's built like his own Adam Sandler universe. If you haven't read that one is crazy because it makes total sense.
Wow, that's kind of like the Disney universe all being connected.
Yeah. Well,
Yes, Disney owned all the plantations and they murdered children and did all the stuff. They're good.
Are you sure that was Disney or was that Nickelodeon? I'm not sure. I lose track. I
think Disney was better at hiding it, probably. So
now we're going down the rabbit hole of
Disney, dog.
Oh man, yeah.
I love Disney. I love Disney, dude.
Yeah, Disney's great. I'm just saying they're great, but they also do a bunch of crazy shit in the background.
Yeah, no comment.
But what big company corporation doesn't,
I think there's a lot of evil afoot at the top. I mean, we saw that with the documentary "Quiet on Set," which I assume we'll see more.
That's wild, dude.
I think we'll see more of like documentaries like that the longer time progresses, because if you even go deeper down that rabbit hole, the guy that assaulted Drake Bell, that guy went on to work for Disney.
Yeah, which makes sense. They're probably like, "Oh, he fucks people."
They're just slopping turds, bro.
And you know who he was friends with, right? I don't know if they talked about it in the documentary, but he was pen pals with John Wayne Gacy. And he was also friends with the guy that made Jeepers Creepers, who was also a guy that was notorious for being a child creep.
No shit. Ooh.
Yeah, the guy that made Jeepers Creepers went to jail for a very long time for assaulting a 13-year-old, and that was way before Jeepers Creepers even came out. He already did his time and they made the movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I too have Google.
I'm gonna be careful with some of this stuff because I'll get too deep down the rabbit hole, and like if I'm sitting here by myself in the dark looking up shit, I'll start freaking myself out. I won't be able to sleep.
I've done that before, Brad. And we can get there. I've went down so deep down the rabbit hole that I'm convinced that every single world leader is in on it together, and there's no differentiation of parties and stuff. It's just all the same.
I think they're all reptilians, but
I dug down that rabbit hole too. I actually recently went here in Wheeling, because I live near Wheeling, West Virginia. I'm in Ohio, but I live near Wheeling. And at the Capitol Theater, they had the Ancient Aliens people.
Yeah.
And I went to that, and they have me convinced.
They're good, man. They're good.
Oh.
I'm convinced that we are all actually a science project many centuries ago from a being that is not from here that created us through intergene splicing and then went back.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's not that far off for me. So
no, I'm there with you.
If you go through it, and by the way, this show does sometimes get blasphemous. So if you're listening to this and you're easily offended, not sorry.
No.
But the belief system is, I don't know if you saw Ancient Aliens all the way through, but
Oh,
The belief is that the way the human mind talks is very symbolic. So it is believed that when they wrote all them ancient texts back in the day, they misinterpreted aliens coming down or extraterrestrial beings coming down as a divine intervention or a divine force instead of what it actually was. That's why they all came from the sky.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Or-
but like,
Go hand in hand.
even
Go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead, bro.
That could go hand in hand with. There's no telling what they were eating, because I know there's a lot of discussion around mushrooms back in the day, and they weren't drinking water; they're getting fucked up on wine. And I mean, they were ingesting certain things. I mean, if I was ingesting mushrooms for 10 years straight, I'm pretty sure God would be my best friend, dude.
And
Yeah, but I mean,
good.
what if the question is like purely divinity though? Like, even if you're thinking about it like that, I got to be this guy. If it's a higher power, like there's still a supreme being, there's still a higher power. So
Technically,
even if, you know,
yeah.
if you want to call it God, you can call it God, whatever, however you want to look at it. But technically, to me, that's still like, if God is merely just an alien life form, then it still is what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I think it's all just Weird Al, bro. I think
Weird Al is God. Weird Al is life.
Call back.
Yeah,
No one need to make a shrine for Weird Al.
He hasn't aged at all. I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but he hasn't aged. So
He has. Have you seen his documentary he released on Roku?
Mm.
He has a full autobiography styled movie starring Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, I haven't. I haven't seen it.
Like the mockumentary type thing.
Yeah, it's a mockumentary, but Weird Al's like it's true. I made it all up.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
So awesome, dude. He's such a legend.
I actually hated that. I hated that fucking movie. But whatever.
I thought it was good for what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't supposed to be a fucking, splash, so.
I thought it was hilarious that he had a full-blown love interest with Madonna, and his only real-time meeting her was 5 seconds at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, Weird Al dies at the end.
Also, dude, Madonna dated Charles Barkley.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That was a thing. That was a real thing in the 90s.
That last.
The world needs to know that Madonna and Charles Barkley dated. I think that's what happened to the universe. Ever since that occurred, it got shittier and shittier.
No, ever since Kobe died in that fucking plane or helicopter crash, shit has been weird, dude. Or the world in 2012, and we don't know it. We talked about that last time a little bit.
Ever since that fucking gorilla died.
Harambe, dude.
What was it?
Harambe.
Yeah.
He was protecting that child. I'm sorry, dude.
He was.
I don't know if it was my child. I don't know, dude.
Hey, I'm pro-choice. I don't care what that monkey was doing. There's too many of us.
I don't know. That could have gone bad.
I mean, it could have, but it would have made great television.
Oh yeah.
How are you with that?
We are horrible people as a species. Let's be honest. Like we watch sports, we watch shit just for the tragedy that might happen.
Yeah, I think that's like the shock factor in the brain. I think we're more attracted to things that are just fucking nuts or violent or I think we just see so much all day long that like we're searching. Like you ever get stuck on a video and then you go to their page and it's just a bunch of people getting murdered or something, and you're like, oh, I want to see that. I can't take my eyes off of it. Like I just keep looking and looking and looking, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I looking at this?
Okay, we know where he needs to go to therapy, but no, I'm just kidding.
No shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
I've never had that happen on YouTube. Like, I've never.
Dude, Instagram has them now too. You can see people getting fucking shot and stuff on Instagram.
Wow.
I don't watch any of that. There's enough fucking horror in my life as it is. I'm like, I don't need to fucking add anything to it.
I like horror movies, but Jesus, bro, like I don't.
They're my
After
favorite.
this interview, your guy's going to need a new member because the FBI is going to be at his door.
Oh, don't act like that's not crazy. If you see somebody get fucking shot, you're gonna watch it, dude. Whatever.
No, I'll be honest. When I was younger, there was websites dedicated to that kind of shit.
They don't have
Sexcore.com.
them anymore.
They don't have them no more, but they existed. And we like was drawn towards people like Mr. Hands. Remember Mr. Hands?
Oh, the Pain Olympics. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I think you don't like the conversation. Anyway,
Trey dipped. He's like, I'm out.
are you familiar with Mr. Hands?
Mr.
No, I don't know Mr. Hands.
Mr. Hands was a gentleman who released a video. He didn't release it. It was released after his death. But there was a video released of this man. Like you see this guy setting up this camera, and then you see this guy bent over, and then this horse comes out. And this guy gets penetrated by a horse, and it kills him.
What the fuck?
He doesn't die on camera. You just hear like a sloshing noise and and then the film ends.
How's the horse?
How's the horse? The horse is fine.
What?
Match, dude.
Sorry to that. Dude.
What do you expect to happen?
What are we talking about right now?
Are you saying, what are we talking about? You just said you watch people die on YouTube.
Yeah, don't try to act all moral now.
Are you talking to me?
We're all degenerates.
Right?
Trey, you are not on the screen at all.
No.
Oh, it shows that I'm on.
Incognito.
But I hear you.
I hear you. I just see a dark void of nothingness. Like,
I don't know.
That's about right. He may have transcended.
Are you Cthulhu right now, bro?
He said that he spoke the ancient truth and he's gone.
Did you ever hear that theory? Because I don't know how familiar you are with H.P. Lovecraft, but the entire Lovecraft universe is actually based on an old belief system that we're actually all a dream fragment, and none of this is real.
That's cool.
I've thought that before.
He keeps disappearing.
What movie didn't he do True Detective? Isn't H.P. Lovecraft True Detective?
I do believe he was more popular for his Cthulhu mythology.
I can't hear anything. All right.
That Matthew McConaughey character in that, dude, fucking nuts.
Dude, I love how like dysfunctional my shows get sometimes. You just have guys just dipping out. You can hear them. They can't hear us. This is
He's trapped in the void.
This is like Howard Stern without the production crew. You know what I mean? If I would have just spent that little extra money. Do you consider humor, though, with your music and stuff to help you gain a deeper emotional connection with your audience?
Wait, say that again?
When it comes to your music, do you find that humor added to your music would help you gain a deeper emotional connection to your audience than it would if it wasn't there?
I don't know. I think it's just sometimes it's more natural because we don't really begin writing on like what's the audience gonna like, you know? Like when we start writing a song or we have an idea, it's usually a feeling or emotion that we kind of capitalize on. And sure, we'll add some lighthearted, like comedic lyrics and stuff in it just to not make it so rash, because sometimes we have to catch ourselves and be like, all right, dude, what we're talking about is a little bit too much right now. We need to chill out, reel it back in, and go through it. But no, we don't really like focus on, you know, how they're going to respond to it. We just kind of write what we think is cool and kind of what we're feeling, and hopefully, you know, they can connect with it, you know.
See, I love that because it reminds me of a quote that I heard one time, and I've mentioned it on the show in the past. It was a quote that states, when it comes to art, the audience should and will come last, because if it's about you and what you are going through, the right audience will find you. You shouldn't try to find your audience. They should find you.
Yeah. That's all. Who'd you say said that?
That was Rick Rubin. He's a famous producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great quote.
He said, "To
Highly
hell with the audience." And to shout out Rick Rubin did produce the last Black Sabbath album, I do believe.
And he did.
Yeah.
Dude's a legend.
He's a fucking pure legend. I've heard people talk shit on that album, and I'm like, fuck you. That's the last one with
that's the
Ozzy.
dude. Nah.
I don't know. His philosophy is interesting because like he doesn't really do anything, but he brings it out of other people, like artistry out of other people. I don't know. It's interesting. He's like an aura in the corner of the room. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's weird.
I've heard people describe him as being a philosopher in music, but you hardly ever hear his voice other than interviews because he don't release albums himself. He just does interviews and he exists. He just
exists.
And sometimes we need that. We need the people in the background that gives the energy to the artist.
Man, I think that's true too, especially like when you're writing in rooms, like we were doing like the Nashville circuit for so long that you get in a room with like 2 or 3 other people you've never met. And so like there's a instant like either this shit's gonna be cool and like you're vibing with them, or it's like, I don't really know you, let's get the fuck out of here. But the times that songs do go well with random people, sometimes they may not say a word. They may not write, they may not pick up a guitar, they may not say a word. Maybe they're just having a bad day or something. I don't know what's going on with them, but like them being in the room and you being comfortable with them being in the room sometimes just works out, dude. Especially if Trey's done it a couple times with me. Like I'll be like, I got a writer's block or something to sit in the room, and then I'll start talking about something random, and then he'll be like, boom, and just start writing shit down. So I definitely think it's something to be said about the emotional value in the room.
See, when it comes to art, in my opinion, even with podcasting, it isn't about you being the sole writer of something or whatever. Art should be a collective process.
Yeah.
It's basically us sharing our own consciousness with one another and our own artistic passion and creating art together. Like with this podcast, there's been times where, and it's always that awkward first few minutes of a podcast, feeling each other out, which is why I kind of wish that like there was a way to get to know people for 20 minutes before going live, because like you have that weird awkward moment sometimes, and then the conversation really starts taking off. That's why I try to have people on more than once they feel the room, because even with art, with the music and shit, sometimes you're just not in the room long enough with that person because we all have anxieties and everything else.
I think people want to like know what to expect as well. You know what I mean? Like, not even that. It's like if you're gonna expect something bad or like positive or negative. I think that's like the uncertainty. It's same thing with writing. Same thing with podcasts. You've never met the dude. You're like, no idea how this is gonna go. So you're like, trying to feel it out.
Hey,
It's different too, being on like camera, not in the same room. I don't know.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
But what I try to tell people and I try to express is the way this podcast works. I write down who the person is. I write down some things, but I like the conversation to just go organically, go as crazy as it gets, as mild as it gets, just let it happen, because I feel people script it too much. They don't really get to know each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of unauthentic.
Yeah. Like getting like, because that's one thing I asked for this too. I was like, well, has he got like a list of questions or something? Because like a lot of times, they'll have a sheet of things that they're going to ask you and you can prepare for and whatnot. But that's not quite as fun. It's more, it feels more like a job at that point than just kind of like kicking it.
I do this shit for fun, dude. So like if it takes off, it takes off. And I think that's how art should be viewed. I think way too many people, and you should take your art seriously, but I think way too many people take it way too seriously or take themselves too seriously, let the ego take over, and then they just lose the passion for it because now it's a job.
Yeah. You can get burnt out really easy, especially if you lose sight of the goal, which is not to be rich and famous, you know what I mean?
It's to have fun.
Yeah, and it really is easy to get, especially if you've been doing it for a long time. It's easy to get in the routine of it feeling like work. Like when you're writing alone, you're writing with somebody, like that's fun. That's fun. You're playing shows, that's fun. But like all the other shit nobody talks about, that's tough. And if you're not careful, that's where you start slacking.
I think a part of it is the economy we live in. You have to either have a second job or you have to do it for money.
Oh,
and
sure.
and that's sad in a way, because like we're losing the joy in our art in most times because we're trying to find our niche in a way to get out there so we make the money. So it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah, and like I think things changed. Not that it wasn't as hard, 20 years ago as it is now, but I think the digital streaming platforms, I think that changed a lot changed everything a lot because you went from having people pushing CDs locally and like trying to find somebody to get them spread regionally and whatnot. Now you have a platform where everybody in this country can put out a song and it can be exposed to the whole world. Obviously, there's money in marketing, not, but like I think when you have a bank that big of music, it gets real hard to pick through, what's working, what's not, what's good, what's
like
not.
you gotta try though. That's the thing is like you can't the whole industry in every creative aspect is so oversaturated. If you don't legitimately I get doing it for fun for sure. Like I still have fun playing music, but at the same time you have to try to stand out. So there's a fine balance between trying too hard and not giving a fuck. You know what I mean? So it's just I don't know. It's finding that to me. It's finding that balance. You don't want to make it a full-time job and succumb to doing everything that everyone in the industry tells you to do and everything. But at the same time, it's like they're the people in the industry they've been doing it for a while. They kind of know what works, what doesn't work, and if you do all the things right, then quote unquote, if you do everything right, then the end result is you make it and you become this big rich famous artist. But then at the same time, if you don't care enough, then you just kind of blend into the rest of the pool. So it's finding that balance, I think, is the real thing, and still being able to express the art that you want to, but at the same time, if it's a little too far, you got to kind of reel it back in because you don't want to be overextending yourself either. So
That's a very valid point. And what I meant is like, don't take yourself too seriously, but still try. It's the duality of anything. Because if you try to be the radio hit, 9 times out of 10, yeah, you'll be that radio hit, but is that the person you want to be? Are you releasing the art that you want to release? So release stuff that you think is good, but also something you are proud of. Because I've heard of so many bands going for the hit, but it's not music they necessarily enjoy.
Oh yeah, you see that a lot, dude. They're like, every time they have to play it live, they're like, "Fuck."
That's so true, bro.
I mean, I get it, dude.
You want to like strangle everyone and be like, why do you like this song so much?
Not to call out any major bands, but Nickelback.
Yeah, I'm looking. They're G's, bro. Like they got it. They figured it out.
I love them, but most of my favorite songs by Nickelback are not the radio hits.
No,
I'm saying, dude. Like
their deep tracks are better than the radio hits for sure.
Yeah. They go hard. Like they hit grunge, they hit metal, they hit all genres. But then you hear the radio and they're like, look at the phonograph, and you're like, what the fuck?
You can tell on the album which songs were made for radio and which ones weren't.
That's typical for almost any band and any artist. Is like, I don't know. Like there's certain bands I like their most popular tracks and everything, but like for the most part, it's the ones that aren't the radio hits, not the big singles that I think are the best. But everybody's different too. So
I was that way with Ozzy Osbourne.
Sure.
Like a lot of people are like, "Mama, I'm coming home," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "Facing Hell," SATO, and I just. Even his more recent albums are some of my favorites when he started really evolving as a person, because he always wrote music about darkness within the person, and he had really dark final days. Oh, yeah. So like,
oh yeah, that was tough to watch. Him like trying to stand up on his last concert. It's like
it was
that was so cool though. That was just what a legend, dude.
Fucking made it that long. Do you know how many drugs that guy fucking done in his life?
You know what's funny is what's the workout dude, Richard Simmons? Like he outlived that dude. It was straight up like just inhaling every single drug and alcohol known to man.
He had to get tricked into going to therapy or like addiction therapy and shit. Like he didn't want to get fixed, Most of them don't, but
Oh, man, some people just wired. Those old rockers, too, they're wired different, bro.
Sharon told Ozzy one time, she's like, you're going to go to Betty Ford and they'll teach you how to socially drink. She lied to him and said there's going to be a wine bar, and he went there and was so pissed.
Dude.
The thing is, if he wasn't a musician, he would have been a comedian. He was fucking hilarious.
He was funny. He was funny. He did that SNL skit too, like the behind the scenes thing. That's funny. He's really
like trying to be funny on a lot of his stuff too. I think he's just that guy. He's just
he's just being himself, and it's just the shit he does is funny, like objectively funny.
I think part of me, because I do this similar shit, part of me thinks that he found it funny to act stupid or say stupid shit, so he just did it. But I think deep down he was a lot more intelligent than he put.
Yeah.
In that fact,
I agree with that. He knew what he was doing. He's a sharp dude.
He's a front man, dude. He's a fucking weirdo. Like he knew he was playing some tricks, playing some cards.
I'm not saying he wasn't weird. That dude, he was weird as fuck, but he was smart too. Like, and he was just himself. He made himself into his own brand, and it was just like natural. It was organic. It was just him being him, and maybe playing it up a little bit. I don't know. I can't prove that, but like, it's just Ozzy, man. Like the Prince of Darkness, you know.
Name one rock star that had more anticipated interviews than that man. Anytime you heard there was an interview, you're like, "Fuck, I can't wait."
I don't know if you can, honestly.
That's biting off the head of a bat, and just who wouldn't want to try to interview that guy?
Well, I saw an interview right after that. I think it was on Howard Stern or something, and they're like, what do you think of like the taste of bat? And he's like, I can't say that on the fucking radio. and they're like, well, what does it taste like? He's like, I'll tell you this. It tastes like a lot of salt. Very salty.
How is it salty though?
It was supposed to be a prop, right? I thought.
He thought it was.
He thought it was a prop because during that tour cycle, fans were he was throwing animal parts into the audience, and people were throwing shit back.
Okay.
So
did someone throw the bat, or did it just was it just random chance?
Got the real bat, dude.
I guess someone threw a real bat. That's fucked up because they carry a lot of diseases. Like that's crazy.
Could you imagine going to the Aussie show and being like, "What did I bring? My tickets, my bat? I want to make sure."
Got my bat with me. We're good.
You know,
I wonder if the sale of bats. Like, I wonder if people started buying bats after that. I wonder if there was like a company that sells bats. They're like, dude, we've seen a 300% increase since your show, man. We appreciate you.
The only story I've heard that's crazier than that is the time somebody brought a live chicken to an Alice Cooper concert.
What the fuck?
I heard that one.
They threw it on stage, and Alice threw it back, and the front row ripped it to pieces and threw it back on stage. And next thing you know, all over the newspapers, Alice Cooper rips chicken to pieces and throws it in the audience.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And there was a huge panic over that. And Frank Zappa, who was like pretty much in charge of that tour, was like, did that happen? And Alice is like, no. And he's like, well, it did, because we're not lying. We're going to lie to these people because any publicity is good publicity.
Oh, for sure.
So keep telling them you did it because more people will come to your shows. And ironically, that section was the handicap section.
Oh,
that is ironic.
But how do you sneak a fucking live chicken into a goddamn concert?
I have a feeling it wasn't snuck in. I think it had to have been staged up. You know what I mean? Like, or a big trench coat. I mean, how do you not hear it though? You know, it's fucking chicken, dude.
I'm pregnant.
They're not exactly quiet. Like just like having contractions. Here.
Yeah.
So, guys, when are your next shows coming up for those listening?
It was October 3rd or October 4th, sorry, and September 20th.
Yeah, September 20th is Nashville Cobra.
The Cobra.
Yeah.
I think your website only has one of those dates, if I'm not mistaken.
It's the October 4th one. It's one in Conway, Arkansas at Kings. But yeah, we usually break that down and do a bunch of acoustic shit. So like we'll take all of our rock songs and then make them acoustic versions of them.
Unplugged kind of deal.
Badass.
Lots. It's man. Kings Kings is a cool vibe, dude. It's just an intimate show. Everyone there is just there to have a good time and listen to music, and just kicking it. It's fun. It's like a big party.
I love venues like that, though. It's the personal connection. I've been to quite a few places like that, like Hard Rock Cafe kind of places, which is very interesting. You have a stage and then you have little dining seats and shit, which is a very interesting vibe. By the way, if anybody wants to check you guys out, I know I spelled your name wrong. I just realized, but Hayfield's down there. Your website is correct. I don't know why I misspelled the name. I was typing it quick.
It happens.
I was spelling it quick. But your website's down there. If you guys enjoy being on the show, you're more than welcome to come on during our random ass talks. I cover all kinds of topics from the mild to the wild, taboo, whatever.
Yeah.
I actually have some friends that are occultists that are coming on soon.
Interesting.
I like to cover. Our tagline is breaking societal norms. So anything that society deems not normal, I'll talk about. Because I want to break apart the fucking taboo view set on certain people, because it's not the bad that people make it out to be.
Right.
I think it's the. I mean, there are some things that I won't say or support, but I think it's the intention a lot of times, that whether something's good or bad.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because people don't want to do it with religious groups, but they'll do it with people outside of religious groups, where they'll say, oh, these people that believed in this, one person did it in the name of that said deity, so they all will do it. Right. But when like the Catholic Church does what they do, I'm not going to say what it is, but we all know, it's wrong to say they all do it.
Right. Sure, you can't generalize a group based off the actions of a few,
Exactly. And I would never do that, but I do make fun of Catholics a lot. Because that's
too easy. I'm sorry.
It's a vast majority. I'm not saying all of them, but a vast majority.
A vast majority. Sorry.
I was joking with a friend of mine. I'm like, what if they do release that special list and like one of the popes is on it or something?
Man.
No telling. We're in for some interesting times ahead, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it just me, or isn't it weird that the guy that that list is about, he actually was blessed by the Pope at the time?
I don't know what that gets you.
So
I don't know what blessing gets you, but it didn't work because he got arrested.
I didn't save him on that end, did it?
He objectively did some bad, or allegedly did some bad things, so we'll see. Time will tell.
He did, dude. I think that shit's horrible, and honestly,
I agree.
The entertainment industry and everything can be a very dark place, unfortunately, for a lot of people.
I don't know if it's like the what is it? Just too many followers or what? But like, man, if some people, man, if you see some shit, you just gotta shut it down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why people are afraid
of these.
People are afraid of the power that it comes, because you think this person's the biggest name in the industry I want to be in, and they're afraid to say something to get them kicked out of the industry. It's slowly getting away from that, but that's how it used to be.
I think it's brilliant, the portrayal that all these crazy like things you hear about Hollywood and like the A-listers and like stuff they do and blah blah. It's brilliant because they wrap it, whatever really fucking happens, in like 10 of the craziest shit you ever heard in your life, and then there's like maybe one truth and 7 lies to it, and people love it. So like nobody knows what's going on because they've just shit out so many different whatnot. It's brilliant, dude.
And honestly, we will never know what really happens.
No.
As far as we know, it's all tall tales.
Right.
Like, I remember when I first heard about the whole Epstein thing, I'm like, oh, that's got to be fake. And then he gets arrested. I'm like, oh, shit.
It sounded too crazy to be fucking like no way, dude. Like,
this guy owns a fucking island and he's doing this shit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
He's basically Japan fucking running out there with all these fucking weird. I don't know, dude. That's
too many coincidences, man. Like, one coincidence or two is fine, but like, man, everything's a coincidence nowadays. It's like, oh, it just so happened to work out that way. It's like, so what point is like bullshit alarm going off? You know what I mean? Like,
well, the guy's an ultimate Bond villain. He owns an island.
I don't think he's cool enough to be a Bond villain, if I'm being honest. Dude was kind of a
To
chode.
be Mr. Evil, so like I don't know, dude.
He's Dr. Evil. He's more like an Austin Powers villain.
Honestly though, dude. Like just a joke of a human, but actually did some atrocious things. But I don't know.
Just crazy, man.
I wonder if he did any good though, because it reminds me of the Dave Chappelle bit where he says, he's like, all right, listen, it's superhero. He goes, okay, the superhero saves, but he rapes. But he saves more than he rapes, but he has to rape.
I remember that.
What? Oh, okay, yeah. No, I was tracking. I missed what you said first.
Because it's like he saves more than he rapes, but he has to rape. It's fucking nuts, dude. I don't know.
I think that was based off Bill Cosby.
Oh, maybe that was.
I don't know that he saved more though. That's the thing.
Assaulted, so like I don't know. You know.
Did you hear that he might be going back on tour?
Who?
Bill Cosby. Like, what the fuck's he going to talk about?
And
God,
he's got to be 90, like 90, right?
Yeah, I thought honestly, I didn't know he was still alive.
He got out recently. He was in Pittsburgh jail.
If he's smart, he's gonna name his tour like Nothing But Ned or some shit like that.
Free drinks.
Yeah, free drink. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Oh man.
One of his last jokes he ever told was, I believe, in Pittsburgh. This girl got up. She went and got a drink, came back, and he stopped the show and said, "Don't you know better than to drink in front of me?"
Oh, that's actually unfortunately hilarious.
And it was during the case. Like, everybody knew.
Yeah. I would have, oh man, horrible, but I would have died laughing.
There were some, I mean, I'm not going to lie, dude. The one thing about comedy is that with every lowbrow thing that happens in the world, or every tragedy, whatever it is, there's just good content that comes out of it, comedic wise. You know what I mean? Whether it's dark or not, it's just like, and that's I think that's why I think comedy is a good coping mechanism for tragedy. Because it's never going to go away, but you know, you can either dwell on it and be all, you know, melancholic about it, or try to find laughter in it. It's
Isn't
decision.
it weird,
The one quote I really like is, it's a decision to be offended, or it's a choice to be offended.
And we all have the right to be offended, but we also have the right to offend.
Yeah, and both of those are choices.
Yes. And
I understood it like growing up, like especially with the comedy thing, because my dad, like we used to watch comedies together and stuff, but like there'd be a joke here and there, he'd be like, "Oh no, that's blasphemy!" Like just like something would upset him, and I was like, I can't, like as a young child trying to understand this, because as I've been taught the whole time growing up, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So in my stupid binary mind, I'm like, oh, okay, fucking words don't mean anything. Like, so somebody could be like, say the most horrendous shit to me in public, and I'd be like, are you gonna hit me? What's going on, dude?
You got some sticks and stones, or are you just gonna talk to me?
It's crazy to get like and then see like people get offended, like something crazy. Like I don't know.
I will say, man, I've throttled myself lately. Like I grew up saying things, you know, like you call your friends certain things that aren't really necessarily acceptable today. But it wasn't like until I said something and someone's like, "Yo, man, that actually like hurt me." You know what I mean? And that's when I was like, "Oh shit!" Like words do have, you know, like consequence when you say them. So
yeah, you say sorry.
I think you have to understand where you're at, who you're around. And I mean, there's certain words I just won't say, but I don't know, like just trying to respect, you know, the people that you're around the best you can. But at the same time, you don't have to. That's still a choice, you know.
I agree with knowing the setting, but if you go into like a comedy club or you're watching,
that's different. No, that's different.
You're inviting that, dude.
Yep. Comedy clubs are kind of free game, in my opinion. If you go and you get offended, then just leave because you went, you know.
Like I always told people, like the worst thing that happened to the world is during the Me Too movement was great for some things, but like people like Louis C.K. He had his entire career on for beating off in front of people.
And then he does it, and everyone's
He said he was
shocked.
going to do it, and then he did it, and everybody's like, "I can't believe he did it." Like, what are you talking about? You can't believe he did it.
I think they should bring him back to Netflix for one last special and have it start off with the curtains opening and he's just beating off on stage.
I think they'd finally be like, "Okay, that's expected now." Like,
I mean, Louis C.K. is objectively one of the funniest people to ever live. I mean, he's a funny ass comedian.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my sentiment with it is when that happened and everyone was like outraged by it. I was like, did y'all listen to anything he said during his decades of comedy? Like he said, this is how he is. He masturbates because it makes him happy, and he asked permission, according to him. I don't know.
Well, even the women stated that they weren't forced to watch. They were just confused that it happened, but he said he was going to, and they just left. So, like, it's not a Harvey Weinstein case.
No, it's not my place to I wasn't there, so it's not my place to, but I can go off the facts I know is that dude said he was going to do it for like 2 decades, and then he did it, and everyone's shocked by it, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, he wasn't a youth.
I don't know why you're surprised, huh?
Sorry, I was making a youth pastor.
Oh no, you're good. I was just I don't know.
Do you know why Louis C.K. was actually so good at what he does?
Because it was genuine.
That, and also he was mentored by George Carlin.
Oh, I actually did not know that.
No,
That doesn't surprise me at all, though, looking back on it. So.
Yeah, George Carlin was pretty much his teacher. And he said that George said, fuck what people think, just be genuine. And he said the thing that George gave comedy is quite startling because most comedians write their set list and they stick to it for years.
Yeah.
The way George wrote was he would write shit down, put it in a filing cabinet, and then pull shit out, make it funny, make a set list. Once he tours that for a year and does the special, he will crumple it up, throw it away, and not tell it ever again. And then he'll write a whole new thing for his next tour. So it got to the point where he was digging deep into his psyche and the fucked up shit that he was thinking. And he's like, fuck it, I'll say that because that's all I have left.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of he went for some shock humor at the end there a little bit, but he did it in a way that worked for his style. I'll give him that.
Well,
For sure.
He's done his whole life, dude. Like he's literally done every single joke or every angle of a joke. When he runs out all the
Even Dennis Leary stole that asshole song from a Louis C.K. stand-up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
The thing with George, though, is he was the last comedian to be arrested for a joke. He sued the federal government for it. He was also one of the few comedians to address the government in a very original comedy way. I don't know if you know what the origins of comedy is, but comedy dates back to jesters who were hired by the king to make fun of the hierarchy to keep them in line. That's what George was. He was an old school comedian. He was making fun of the government. He was making fun of societal norms. He was making fun of shit that most people were afraid to even talk about, let alone make fun of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Going against status quo,
Yeah, like he had an entire joke written. You can find the special now, but it was an entire special that was deleted. Because
kind of like what Trey Parker and Matt Stone are doing right now. Honestly, like they're expressing that same type of comedy through a show.
Well, with George, going back to Carlin, he released a special, was supposed to release a special, sorry. He recorded it in September of 2001. It was like a few days before September 11th.
Mm.
The special was supposed to be named I Kinda Like It When a Lot of People Die.
Oh, shit.
And it has
timing,
he has a whole bit about loving national tragedies. And he even mentions a plane hitting a national building.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And he deleted that fucking shit. Like,
that's wild.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, golly.
Now you can find it online. His estate actually did release it finally.
That is crazy. What are the odds,
Yeah, if you watch his special from 2002, he actually starts it with, well, it's time to do the show I was planning on up until September 10th.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Because he would release a new special every year, and he missed 2001 because of that.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, when a national tragedy actually does, throw your whole plan for your special, it's, yeah. There would probably be
one of
no recovering from that.
he's probably one of my favorite stand-up comedians, honestly, because he's
He's a
still
legend.
relevant today.
Yeah,
Mm.
he is.
And it's very interesting, even when he got older. I liked his bit on swearing on the Bible. He's like, what if I swear on an upside down backwards Bible with half the pages missing and it's written in Chinese Braille? Does it still count?
Symbolism or the meaning? What is it? You know,
He's like, when does it not count anymore?
that's a fair point. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like some people do it and they have their fingers crossed behind their back, though. You know what I mean? Especially nowadays.
Or they're praying on a Bible they don't actually believe in.
I think that's a lot of it, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would be the guy to stir the pot. I'd be swearing on like a satanic Bible or something. Just
to get a rise out of people.
Yeah.
Just what happens.
Like, what the fuck? But is there anything else you guys would like to promote?
Yeah, man, we got a song dropping next Friday called Read the Room. So be looking out for that.
Yeah.
We'll come back on and promote that next week. By the way, you guys are always welcome back on the show whenever you want. I appreciate you guys swinging by. It's been nice chatting. I'm probably going to get off here very soon, but is there anything else you would like to discuss?
I don't have anything else. I appreciate you having us on, dude. It's been
thanks, man.
Anytime, dude. Normally we go about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but I'm starting to get the rumbly in my tummy.
Heard that.
All this talk about Instagram dead bodies and shit just has me starving.
I really want some pasta and spaghetti or something. You know, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're into pastafarianism.
Pastafari, yeah. I strictly pasta.
Pastafari?
Yeah. Oh, you're not familiar with Pastafarians?
Dude.
Do they fart in pasta and then serve it to you?
No. Let me explain. I actually have a friend that's a Pastafarian. I'm not even joking.
Mm-hmm.
A Pastafarian is a religious organization, legitimate religious organization. Their religious book is the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Yeah.
They believe in an invisible, omniscient being that floats above the skies, that touches you with his noodly goodness. And they believe little people get touched more than him, so they're more holy because that's why they're closer to the ground. They believe when you die, if you go to their heaven, there's a beer volcano and a stripper factory. If you go to hell, it's the same thing, except the beer's flat and one of the women have VD. The religious hat is a colander, and you can take your license photo wearing a colander. It's legit. And they believe that evolution is not a fact like most religions. They believe that we are not descendants of primates because their genetic percentage is only 60%, whereas we're 100% the genetic makeup of a pirate. So therefore, our actual origins is that of pirates.
I mean,
that was touched by noodly goodness.
Yeah,
all it sounds just like all the other ones.
Yeah, it seems legit.
Do you want to hear their prayer?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm curious now.
Let me Google it here because I don't have it memorized. I'm not a Pastafarian. It's hilarious, by the way. You can get this put up on your board. I think I might be converting some people.
I've never heard of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a legit religion. Here is their prayer. Our pasta, who art thou in colander, draining be thy noodles. Thy noodle come, thy sauce be yum, on top of some grated Parmesan. Give us this day our garlic bread, for forgive us our indulgences as we forgive those who make reality TV. And lead us not into vegetarianism, but deliver us some pizza, for thine is the meatball, the noodle, and the sauce forever and ever. Ramen.
Fair enough. Ramen.
Ramen.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Who's the founder? Last question.
Bobby Henderson is his name.
Floppy Henderson?
Yeah, Bobby Henderson. He actually is doing similar to, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the atheistic organization, the Satanic Temple, but
I've heard of it, yeah.
They fight against, they want separation of church and state, so they're using satanic imagery to battle it from being forced into schools and shit, because due to them being a religion, their shit's allowed in schools too. But they only want their stuff in schools that other religions are in.
Okay.
So the Pastafarians were doing that kind of too, but they were doing it with the colander on the head during license photos and shit.
Yeah.
Just kind of like satirical version of the Satanic Temple, pretty
But you
much.
can't tell them no, because then you'd be discriminatory towards a legitimized religion.
Yeah, and you would also have to say no to the Jewish people that wear the yarmulke. That's kind of like the Satanic Temple. If they have a statue of Jesus or the Ten Commandments, they erect a statue of Baphomet or their
I've seen
Satanic
that,
Temple.
yeah. State capitals and everything. Yeah, I've seen that before.
And people are like, you can't have satanic monuments. And like, why not? We're a legit religion. And we do not have in our paperwork that we want it up. We only have it up until theirs goes down. It's only fair. They're like, we want a Buddhist up. We want all religions up. We accept all religions. Just ours is the only one fighting for this cause. They also open up their own Planned Parenthood clinics. They actually recently opened up an abortion clinic on Donald Trump's birthday. It's called the most tremendous, most beautiful abortion clinic.
Of course it is. Oh man,
It's great because I love.
He's so pissed about it.
God damn it! We're gonna close that abortion clinic. It's not that beautiful. It's horrible. It's in a bad part of town. And they're like, but religion, separation of church and state, they're allowed.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because according to U.S. government, a religion is any type of philosophical belief. Like if you have any form of a philosophical belief, you can consider yourself a religious sect, but you have to have so many followers. So there's even I forget what they're called, but there's an atheistic alliance that is legitimately a recognized religion according to the United States government.
Based on followers?
Huh?
Based on followers and philosophy?
Based on followers and shared philosophy, yes. Because religion is not described by worshiping a being or even acknowledging the supernatural, because if that was the case, Buddhism would not be considered a religion because they do not worship a deity. Neither would Taoism, because Taoism does not worship a deity. There's many recognized religions that do not worship any form of deity. Religion does not require worship. It requires a philosophical belief in something. So it's very interesting seeing all of these different people saying, technically, I'm a religion. So they get the tax loopholes as well.
Yeah, that's what they're gunning. That's what they're gunning for, I'm sure.
Yes.
A lot of them are, yep.
Because if the government tries going after everyone, they have to go after everyone, including the mega churches.
Yep.
They're trying to make a point, is all. I get it.
And it's actually a very good point. Because if the mega churches can get away with writing books and using it as a tax write-off for the church, why can't anyone else?
Right.
Well, they're fighting fire with fire is what's happening.
Yeah, fair is fair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like that type of like energy. I like when people flip the script against the fucking people.
It's like, whoa, you can't do that. It's like, but you are, so I can.
And they're like, what my God says, yes, 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 but my lack thereof says this.
Right. Exactly.
It's fucking incredible. I don't know how you guys feel about that type of energy, but I love that chaotic energy.
I think, calling people out and putting them in check, there should be more of it. You know what I mean? In a fair way. You know what I mean? Like, it's not all organized religion is bad. Not everyone that, is religious is a bad person. Most of them are great. But there are, the humanities generalize a whole entire group of people based off the actions of a few. And that's the problem right there. And
I totally agree. Just, I don't think any form of religion, I don't care what you are, belongs in a government building or a school.
I agree.
I think that's something
that infringes on freedoms. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the family, and honestly, I think it's kind of weird having kids go to church until they can reach the right age of reason where they can decide for themselves. Because they're at an age where it could be considered that you're pretty much indoctrinating them into that religion because they don't know better.
Right.
So it's kind of an iffy subject for me, but like, believe what you want to believe. But I like the take that a friend of mine took. Yes, he is a Christian. Yes, he took his kids to Christian school, but when they reached like 12 or 13, he gave them science books, books from other religions, different books. He's like, because even though it works for me, I want you to form your own opinion. Go out
That's
and
awesome.
figure it out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Don't learn from Chat GPT.
Yeah, GPT's funny because I make it argue with itself.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not quite fully functional yet on responses, but they're getting there.
What I do like about ChatGPT, though, is it does help you research if you know what to type in.
Sure, 100%. Great tool.
Because all you have to do is ask it resources for and type in what you need information for, and it will give you a link where it got that information from.
Yes. Yeah, it's incredibly efficient at scrubbing the web. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
But we have to take it with a grain of salt because the web also argues with itself.
Yeah. Well, I think
there's a lot of
argues. It has a hard time having a definitive answer. Talking, it hasn't reached that part of human intellect yet. It's almost there though.
Well, what's weird about human intellect, though, is what is considered truth to you, or even me, is all different forms of that truth. So even the internet's doing the same thing humans would do.
Exactly, which is scary because whenever it does create its own identity and belief system, then we're fucked.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll be back.
For real though, it's coming, dude.
It's starting to get to the point where you don't know what's real or not. Like you
Yeah.
can have a leader of a country manipulate the leader of another country to say something they didn't say.
Black Mirror had a good thing on that. Yeah, it's scary.
Hey, if I drop out, my phone's about to die, so just letting y'all know.
All right, we'll just end it here, guys. If you want to come back when you release your new single, you're more than welcome. Just get a hold of me. I'm on Facebook. You can just visit my website, which I will post down here.
Cool.
And if you have a Discord, we actually have a Discord called the Unleashed Coven, where we just talk about random topics and just hang out there.
Hold on. What did you say?
It's called the Unleashed Coven.
Okay, I thought you said something.
The Unleashed Coffin? Like we're just killing people?
I guess it flipped out. It sounded like you said the Unleashed Cum Coffin. I was like, what?
No, that's my OnlyFans.
Okay,
dude. Gross.
But you can actually find me at usenick.com. All my shit's there. All my cum coffins, all that shit. Actually, believe it or not, this podcast was originally named Pink Sock, and for some reason, nobody would wear shirts that says "Thank you for coming on my pink sock." Like none of my guests would wear it. People was iffy about wearing shirts of it. I thought it was a great name, but
got a lot of potential.
It did. I had a lot of great people on here. Like I've had big name musicians on here and shit, but like people's like, I don't want to wear a shirt that says Pink Sock. I'm like, well, fair.
Can't tell you what to do.
And my emails always started with "Please come on my pink sock." I don't know why you wouldn't respond. I don't know. I started it as just me talking with the same people, but then other people wanted involved, so I just made an interview style because those people kind of branched off, did their own things, and now it's just stuck with me. And my nickname was Pink Sock for some reason due to the podcast, which is horrible. If you're backstage at a show, the last thing you want is a bunch of bandmates going, "Hey, look, it's Pink Sock." Like I'm a groupie or something, you know what I mean? Getting passed around. But if you guys ever come to Ohio in the Belmont County area, or even like Pittsburgh or Columbus or Cleveland, let me know. I would love to check you guys out in person.
For sure, man.
For sure.
Especially the shorts. You're over there doing that fucking Basic Instinct shit. You're just
me right here with the leg.
Yeah, dude. Like, over there folding your leg.
It's okay. Nothing's gonna come out. It's very compact. It's in travel mode.
Oh, okay. You got the Richard Simmons pants.
Absolutely, dude.
But guys,
are they showing?
No, they're not.
Oh,
they're not. You're not trying hard
surprising.
enough. No homo.
It's really hard to do. It's yeah.
But guys, I appreciate you swinging by. If you want to stay in touch, get a hold of me. I would love to have you guys back on. It's been a pleasure. Now that we know each other, it should be a better second episode.
Yeah, thanks, man, for having us. For real.
Yeah.
You guys have been great. You guys have some great energy that comes with you guys, and I hope you guys nothing but success in the future.
You as well.
Yeah,
Thank
too.
you.
Appreciate it.
And guys, remember, as always, live long, rock hard.